Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel tonight. The Ram 2 is on sale this week. It's actually been on sale for a couple days. I wanted to get this video up as quickly as possible because obviously I wanted you to see this while it's funny because I was just working on this tank. Black Chicken and I started making a video and then I erased it by mistake. So we're looking at the relevancy of the Ram 2, and this was on my plate to do anyway. This is a very old tank in the game. It's been around pretty much since the start. Now, they pulled it out of the shop, but right now, this week, that would be February. Let's see, today is the... What is today's date? Today's the 6th of February of 2017. This tank will be available for the next couple days. I think it has 6 days left. By the time you see this, it'll probably have like 4. So... if you can get just the tank, I don't know what the packages are that they're offering. It's worth getting the tank by itself. Pluses. It has somewhat trollish armor on its turret. It's slightly mobile, though you can see here I'm barely keeping up with this IS. Slow, medium, fast, heavy. But I'm able to get up the hill faster. But it's kind of like an M4 a little bit, but as far as like the looks, but that's where the similarity ends. It has an interesting variant of the 6-pound gun. It's 5 less penetration than any of the other 6-pound guns on this tier. So where the Matilda BP and the Churchill have 110 penetration, this gun only has 105. Rate of fire is the same, aim time is the same, accuracy is the same. So other than that, the stats are all exactly the same. I'm trying to get up here to help this poor KV-13 who's getting it from both sides. Come on, aim up. Gun does take a little while to aim. That is one of the weak points of this gun. But once you start firing, you get out of a nice volley, and of course he just happens to get away. Oh, never mind. I thought he got away, but he doesn't. Here's where you see one of the problems with this tank. It does see Tier 7. We have some Tier 6 tanks up here at the top of the hill. T-34 and a Tiger P, Tier 7. I missed. Guy gets away. Can't penetrate the front of the VK3002D, also a Tier 7 medium. Can't penetrate the side. Definitely can't penetrate the Tiger P. And I take a huge hit from the T-34-100, who's sitting right here. And I'm just realizing I'm way overmatched here. These are all Tier 6 and 7 tanks. This SU-85 has gotten a very bad position on me. Our IS pushed up way too far. Trying to penetrate the T-34-100. Can I get it done? And I do. Not using any gold rounds. Oh, and the Sturmovik kills me. Sturvik, whatever. So, you can see here, in Tier 6-7, you're just going to get wiped out. The tank does not have any power to hold things back. Except for the rate of fire, you might be able to do a little piddly damage here and there. I did kill 2 tanks. However, the second tank that I killed had like 3 health left. So, anyway, we'll move on to the next battle. We'll take a look at the stats first. I apologize. I haven't recorded for a while. Bandicam was doing weird things. All right, here. So for the first battle, I didn't do much, but I did get some points. And we ended up winning because our team capped. We took most of it. In fact, we kept the guys busy enough for that short amount of time. It was long enough for our team to get to their base and cap. And so I did kill I got a lot of hits on this poor T-67, the other Tier 5 tank. And of course, that's where this tank is going to be strong against Tier 5s. I did get one hit on the T-34 after bouncing 3 shots. I was not the top scorer on the team. I don't know why I did that, but there we go. If we go by our scores, honestly, from being a bottom tank, I think I did pretty good. I mean, considering I was only in the battle for like a minute or less, I managed to acquit for myself pretty well there. Like I said, we did end up winning this match. So, battle in progress. Here you see the Ram 2 in more of its happy habitat. We have a mostly Tier 5 battle with 1 Tier 6 artillery on each team. Very odd matchmaking. But you'll see me go up against another Ram 2. And the strengths of this tank, once again, you can abuse the terrain. It's got fairly decent gun depression. Once again, the mobility is nothing to write home about, but it's not horrible. It's just not good. It kind of limits this tank. You will not probably be doing much scouting if you're in a high tier battle. because the tank's larger, you will get spotted. I have a really good crew in here too, like 3 or 4 perk crew. So just keep that in mind too, that you're seeing a tank that's like got a totally decked out crew. One of the things that I find very positive about this tank, of course, is the rate of fire. You get 2-second reload. Allows you, especially on these tiers, to kind of brutalize your enemy. Same deal as you have with the Churchill 3 and the Matilda BP. You can just kind of brutalize them. However, with the lower penetration, it's not quite as effective because you will bounce more shots. It doesn't seem like 5 would make it, but it will. You can see here I'm kind of holding back, waiting for the rest of the team to catch up. And this guy somewhere over here is getting clobbered. Did you hear that hit? Somebody got hit. So I got a Matty 4 coming up behind me, and I also got a Matilda with me. There's the enemy Ram 2. I spotted him, but he also spotted me, and now I'm getting a little bit nervous, thinking that artillery's probably going to be looking for me since I'm probably the first tank spotted of our group. And so I'm just going to stay back. Now the tank destroyers and Matildas are starting to catch up to my location, so I'm thinking about maybe pushing out. But with that Ram 2 there, I really don't want to get caught in the fire. Plus he's going to keep me spotted, so I don't want to get hit by any tank destroyers. Somebody gets a nice shot. That was the Su-85B maybe? No. T-40. That Matilda just got rocked. Matilda 4 is down here with me. They're rocking on that poor T-67. I'm going to get close to the Ram, but I'm going to angle towards this T-67, see if I can take him out. They already got him. So that slow aim at first takes a while. Once you get it aimed down and you're still, you can rifle off a bunch of shots, but that first time when you're moving, you stop to aim, it takes a while. You probably could improve that with like Coca-Cola or something. And I see this Panzer. Make a miss. And this tank is good at that. Jinking, of course, he gets away. That's how the game works. The last shot never goes in. And the Ram 2 did get a nice shot on me there when I was poking up over. This Matilda gets way too aggressive. Really dumb move on his part. I don't know what he was thinking, but he's already almost dead. I'm trying to help him out by keeping this Hetzer busy, but he ain't going to last long. And he's focusing on the Matilda, and he gets him. And he looks to me, and I kill him. See? Rate of fire is great. Like I said, good rate of fire keeps this tank pumping away. And, of course, we're still outnumbered here. We've got 3 tanks against 2 because the Matilda, that was a really dumb move on his part. Once again, he should not have pushed out like that. You don't need to push. Our team is winning up north. If he would have just held out, we could have just held him here and then slowly moved in to kill them off. I'm still looking for that. I can't. This IK is doing a good job. He's right below my gun depression. I can't get him. Trying to get him to fire. He misses. But I can't, with that, once again, with the Ram here, I can't push out. Now, the Ram's hurting pretty good. Somebody got a good hit on him, but I'm going to have to, I don't want the IK to kill me. I'm trying to get where I can hit the IK. And the Ram bounces off me. IK misses. I take him out, take another hit from the Ram, but I'm way ahead of him on health, so I'm good. And now the M8A1 goes after him, and he's going to get rocked. He should not have done that because this guy's overwatching. But the M8A1 gets him. So we pretty much take their team out. 2 kills. Not too bad. Not a great game. But, you know, with the support that I had, these guys, I wish they wouldn't have pushed up. Everybody just got too aggressive, and we could have done it much cleaner than we did. We ended up losing a lot of tanks that we didn't need to lose, but it's taking a lot of damage that we didn't need to take. So how do I feel about this tank? You know, on a Tier 5 battle, it's fine. There's no problems with it on a Tier 5 battle. On a Tier 6 battle, let's take a look at the results. It's a challenge. All right, so we have a much better result this time. $35,000 worth of income, 1,500 experience. Did a lot more this time. I got some spotting damage, bounced a shot from the Ram 2 from This guy is funny. I looked at his record, the opposing Ram 2, and he had almost the exact record that I had. He was a little bit less on everything, but he was also a much newer player. I think he only had like 3,000 battles, but his like his personal score and all that stuff was like just under mine on every single aspect. He was just a hair under mine. He's doing really good, so he's going to be a good player. Yeah, there you go. I was not the top scorer, I don't think. No, that Chinukai was. I was the second highest scorer on the team for experience and not nearly high enough on the damage. But that's how this tank is. It doesn't dish out a ton of damage. So is this tank still relevant for patch 9.17? I would say yes. I mean, it's not a great tank by any means. It really isn't. But it's not a horrific tank either. It's actually pretty fun to play, pretty decent. Out of all of the Tier 5 older medium tanks, like we're looking at the Matilda, we're looking at the BP, the T-25, I would say it's right up there with the T-25, the German tank. It's apt. It's capable of decent repositioning. It can flex to the battlefield. The only complaint, like I said, is the low rate of fire on the gun. Now, the German T-25 gets a little bit higher rate of fire. It also gets better penetration. I'm sorry, it gets a lower rate of fire, but higher penetration. So chances are you're going to do more damage because it's also got higher alpha. So this tank, while it's good, it's still not great. It does leave some things to be desired, but it's not available anymore. It's only available right now for like 4 or 5 days. I'm sure it'll be on sale again at the next big holiday, but if you've been wondering about if it's good or not, yeah, it's pretty decent. It fits the standard Super Pershing / Pershing crew, so you can train up some of your higher tier tanks. You can bring them down here and train them at Tier 5 instead of having to run them at Tier 7 to train them, Tier 8 to train them. They can run at the lower tiers. That's a nice benefit. So, I don't know. I think it is still a relevant tank. Like I said, both the battles that I had were decent. At Tier 7, it's definitely a struggle. You know, I mean, any Tier 5 tank is going to be a bit of a struggle, but this tank, compared to some of the other tanks that are out there right now, it's a big struggle on Tier 7. You're not going to do anything to Tier 7 tanks that you run into aside from just cause little pecky damage that's going to tick them off. So you're not going to stop. If your team folds or whatever, you're not going to change the tide of battle with this thing, most likely. I mean, obviously, there's one guy out there somewhere that can. I'm sure they can post a replay, but in general, this is not going to be the tide turner that, let's say, like even the T-25 could be a tide turner. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the battlefield.